So we've got our first RTK investments. On top of that, we went and got ourselves some very nice double 5-star skill SBCs, and we've had loads of other content in the last 24 hours. But before we do get underway with the video, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading service over on my Twitch, and you can get it for free. All you got to do is click on the top link on the video. And yeah, so if you've got Amazon Prime, you can go and subscribe for free. If not, it is £5, €5, or $6. In there, you're going to get yourself a spreadsheet of all the investments. You're going to get yourself all the trading, daily updated trading data. And there are also lists of players that go and sell on lazy buyers. So let's go and talk about all the content and everything that's happened in the last 24 hours. And I guess quite an interesting thing that's happened is we've had our first road to the knockout stage upgrades. You can see right here we got Diani going from a 90 to a 91. The reasons we've had our first road to knockout stage upgrades is because the women upgrades were a little bit easier to get than the men's upgrades, because I don't believe they play as many games. So for example, they receive their first upgrade after 2 wins, whereas the men receive it after 3 wins. Likewise, they get another upgrade after they score 1 goal in 4 games. I guess actually it's the same as the men's there. And then it's the final for the group stage. So for the initial upgrade, they've got to win 1 less games, which means we're already getting ourselves some upgrades. And yeah, the upgrades aren't too bad. I mean, they're just kind of 1 inform upgrades. If we go and compare the 2 cards right here, Diani's got herself +1 pace, +1 shooting, +1 passing, +1 dribbling, +1 defending, +1 physical. Quite lazy upgrades, but in the end of the day, she is a 90 rated card. So yeah, not looking too bad on the likes of Diani. Now, what's that done to her price? The reason this is actually quite interesting, because what's happened to these upgrades may foreshadow what will happen to the market when the men get upgraded. So we can see someone like Diani, and Diani got upgraded at 1 PM yesterday, so I believe it was around about here. She went from 766 all the way up there to 790, then kind of died back down after the hype, but since is back up to 810k. We went and got ourselves some other upgrades other than Diani. We went and got ourselves Meter Miner, and her upgrade was a +1 pace, +1 shooting, +1 passing, +1 dribbling, +1 defending, +1 physical. If I'm not wrong, I swear they normally just give it a +1 inform upgrade, meaning you normally get +1s and 2s on the stats, not necessarily just +1s. I mean, we'll have to look at maybe some of the lower rateds down the line. But Meter Miner, and what did Meter Miner do with her upgrade? Post that upgrade, she went from 30... Am I looking at the right card? Yeah, she went from 37 to 38, then went back down there to 37, and is now 39. So not really much movement on Meter Miner post-upgrade than pre-upgrade. The next card that went and got themselves the upgrade was Bjorn, and go on, surprise me. +1 pace, +1 shooting, +1 passing, +1 dribbling, +1 defending, and +1 physicality. I'm a little bit worried actually that the lower rated RTKs are also now only going to get +1s on every stat. Again, traditionally it would be, she would go to an 87, but she might get +1s and 2s. Seems a little bit lazy. I mean, what are the in-game stats looking like? Oh, it's not just +1 to every in-game stat as well, is it? Oh, it actually is. It actually is even +1. Obviously, yes, I understand that follows through, but even +1 to every in-game stat. Let's have a little look at what happened with Bjorn's price. Pre the upgrade, she was 27. She went up there to 29. Now up to 30. So we're seeing slight increase in prices, but we're seeing the all-time peak on them. Give or take, yeah. I mean, let me have a look at Diani and Meter Miner. Now again, they would be favourite to kind of be at their all-time peak, but no, I mean, you can see Meter Miner right here was actually more expensive before her game than she was post-upgrade. We saw this trend happen a lot last year, and that's why I recommend selling all your RTKs on Monday. It's because even when these players do get upgrades, I think, if I'm not wrong, City played Celtic, so they're a very favourite to go and win there. Because they're a very favourite to win, after she won on the Wednesday, I believe she then went down in price and then never really recovered. So, and if we go and look at Bjorn, was Bjorn the exact same thing? Bjorn has been 28. So again, slightly more, I guess, on Bjorn. But again, not crazy rises in compared to, you know, what they were pre-upgrade. Again, Diani has been up there at 780. I mean, literally just Thursday evening she was 815. So once again, another reason for there not to be an incentive to go and hold on to the cards post them being upgraded. But it's quite nice to go and see our first set of upgrades. Gwyn, obviously an SBC card. We again received the +1 on every stat treatment. And that's about that. I don't know if I can show you maybe a previous year. I don't know if I have a previous year on me, but normally I'm very confident that these cards normally go and receive, again, it's more inform upgrades than just normal upgrades. We go and grab like an RTK that I know would have started out quite low rated. Let's go with a bit of upgrade. I think Dzeko maybe. Let me go and find Dzeko's card. I mean, it's going to be a bit hard, actually, because Dzeko would receive. I think I'll have to leave it. But I'm very sure that, and again, you'll have to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, it isn't normally only +1s, and it's, +1 inform upgrade. And +1 inform upgrades, again, they're normally 1, 2s, and 3s across the board. But let's go and talk about the content we got. We went and got ourselves a Routier yesterday. Very interesting. Routier was not leaked. We had multiple SBCs that were leaked, yet we got a player that wasn't leaked. I mean, at this point, we even had leaks with official stats, but yeah, lovely. We'll take it. Routier came in 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. Very, very nice. Yeah, coming in at 160k. If we go and look at his playstyles, doesn't have any playstyle pluses for 160k. It's okay, I guess. Doesn't have any shooting playstyles, which is a bit annoying because he can go and play striker. And he at the moment is donning 80 shooting. I think someone in my chat said he's only got 78 finishing. He's got good shot power, but yeah, I definitely don't think he's a striker over a cam. But his playstyles, he's got nice passing playstyles. He hasn't got the most desirable ball control playstyles, and he's got relentless, but I more look for relentless on fullbacks and centre mids. So yeah, maybe not the most important thing for cam. Basically, it just means he can charge back. Now, regarding his defensive abilities, he is 6 foot, so of course, not that you're playing him in a defensive manner, but if you ever are tracking back with your strikers using RB, then that can be quite nice. Regarding his play roles, again, no play role pluses, but he's got play roles in cam and 1 as a striker. So I definitely wouldn't be throwing him too far on the pitch because of his shooting. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice fun card. And French, Prem, easiest cards to link in. Regarding links, he doesn't have the best strong links, but he's got the best weak links you can get in the game. Prem, amazing weak links, maybe arguably to La Liga, and French, best weak links in the game. He's got a few decent strong links, but they didn't really have much positive movement. I did say to go and buy Saliba at 210, and he only went up to like 2, I think he went 224 or something like that, so barely any money on him. And yeah, since he is still holding, but he would be favoured to drop later in the week. Konate, again, went from 3.8, went up there to 3.8, but he's down since. And then Caldogu went from 800 to 1.3. I actually had a bunch of Caldogus, I don't know if they're still here, with Shadow. I might have got rid of them, yeah, I might have got rid of them. But I actually had a bunch of Caldogus with Shadow, and they all went and sold on post that SVC being released. So obviously I can see there was a bit of an increase in demand right there. So that's to his link investments. Now we got, also Gusto. Again, favourite hold till Monday, went from 465, he's up to 490, very, very nice. Someone who kind of got replaced by him was Cherky, and obviously Cherky's coming in at a 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot Cam, who's French, so a very comparable card. And he went from about 330 down there to 310, he's rebounded 320 since, and should continue rebounding through to the Monday. So there's the routine. Now regarding what we did to SBC fodder is all down. We'll I think we'll cover it a little bit today. We're gonna cover it in tomorrow's video. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Hero SBC we expect to get on the Wednesday, which also should then be replaceable on the Thursday, I think it is, or something like that. We'll talk a little bit about fodder there, but yeah, fodder is down this evening, even with the routier. But yeah, it's about that. Now we got ourselves a generic SBC, and yeah, it wasn't really any too crazy. The money on this wasn't too insane. Total chemistry was 5. 5 is very, very easy to get. On top of that, they let you use 1 bronze. They aren't requiring lots of rares. It wasn't really a overly difficult Evo to go and complete. And again, they're using themselves some cheap Scottish League players there, and then just some randy players right there. Now, because it was a cheap Evo, cheap SBC, it does mean that there is some investments you can go for. Because traditionally, what works really well for these SBCs, and we have to go and find them on the spot, is French left backs. So because this SBC is always a 4 at the back, because the idea is EA is only requiring 5 players, because the Rush promo is obviously, the promo is called Total Rush, which is about Rush, which is a 5v5. So every single time they are using a 4 at the back. Well, because every single time they're using a 4 at the back, when they require like one nation or a lot of chemistry, a lot of people are going with France. And what's traditionally happening is you can see right there, before the SBC 1k, after the SBC 4.8k, before the SBC 2k, after the SBC 3.7k, before the SBC 900 coins, after the SBC 3.8k. So you can see that these French left backs are doing really, really well, because every single time it's a 4 at the back, and every single time they keep on requiring a lot of chemistry, kind of one nation. So yeah, we are seeing these French left backs doing well, but now because they haven't been used for the Thursday SBC, and they haven't been used for the Friday SBC, they've actually got nice and cheap. So what you can actually do is go and buy these at a K, and eventually what should happen is, you know, they'll have requirements which are favourable for the French left backs, and they should go up to about 3-4k again. Now, every day we don't get them, they will go and drop, but they'll drop a few hundred coins, but they'll rise a few K. So the risk versus reward is there. So first investment I guess we're going to cover in the video is you can go and buy French left backs and just wait for an SBC. Now on top of the SBCs yesterday, we did go and get ourselves 3 objectives. Not the most interesting objectives in the world. First one of this was Ellen Juve. Again, nothing really too crazy going on here. Just a 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot La Liga F woman. Shooting is not amazing. She got playstyles out the wazoo. But yeah, not amazing there. And again, playstyle plus is nothing too insane. To go and complete her, you've basically just got to go and play games using the La Liga F. So nothing too crazy there. I believe we've got a new weekly rush objective of Milk. Again, nothing too crazy there. I mean, it's just, I guess it's fun to go and get a card. What does it require? It requires you to, there he is, just go and play the thingies. Just do rush. It's just play rush, basically. But the interesting one we got right here was FC Coach Masterclass. And what this is doing is, I guess it's just pushing the pro scene. It's available for 75 days, so absolutely ages. It probably means it's out for maybe another season and a half even, regarding the FIFA season. But yeah, basically what they're doing right there is they've just got a QR code where my camera is right now, saying if you want to go and follow his tactics and get his tactics, and they've got it there for Tex and Levy de Wheel, I believe. But yeah, so to unlock these, basically they required you to go and use 8 Manchester City players. So what I kind of went for is I went, do you know what? I know that Man City have a non-rare, so I said, all right, go and buy Man City non-rares up to a K. I think they did get up to about 1.7k, but since are back down again, so they did pretty well. And likewise with the other one, they went and required themselves to use 8 Liverpool players. And again said, well, do you know what? I know Liverpool are already rare for marquee matchups. Go and buy any non-rare Liverpool players up to a K. And they ended up going for about 2.3 to 2.4, so some nice rises there. Now the reason they were a bit of a pump and dump as such is because actually by just playing one game, you do go and get yourself a 11 lone Liverpool players. So yeah, there is that right there. The reason we thought these would be quite well demanded is because they both give SP, and on top of that, if we go head over here, you actually get yourself a lone Van Dijk and a lone Salah. So we thought that could be quite well demanded there. I'm not quite sure if you get a crazy amount of packs from completing it, no, but we thought they'd be quite well demanded, so that's why we went for that investment right there. Very nice. Enjoy playing against Van Dijk in all your friendly games. Now, let's go and talk about how the Total Rush Team 1 did. Because I wasn't very sure how Total Rush Team 1 would have done, because there were so many trends, or so many contradictory trends to what on earth these cards would have done out of packs. Again, there were trends to believe that they drop out of packs, because that's what Trailblazers did last year, which is the equivalent promo. There are other trends that they drop out of packs, because do you know what? A lot of Team of the Weeks get overinvested and have been dropping out of packs. And of course, Team of the Weeks are static cards. These are static cards. Obviously, RTTK Team 2, they had a fair few players that struggled to rise out of packs. And actually, in previous FIFAs, static promo cards normally do struggle to rise out of packs because people just want to go and use the next week's cards. They're not, exciting cards. It's not like we can use Road to Knockout Stage Team 1 or even some of the Road to Knockout Stage Team 2s as a trend. It's our first static promo, so we weren't too sure how it's going to be. And I'll be honest with you, the players themselves is a bit of a mixed bag regarding how they reacted. I'll show you just, I guess we'll grab some random players. We'll go and grab like De Jong, we'll go and grab Ronaldo, and we'll go and grab Martra. So let's go and see how they did. So before the cheapest these guys were Division Rivals. So they rose Division Rivals 872, and they kind of peaked up here to around about 960k before I guess the hype of them going out of packs. We can then see after going out of packs, he went up 30k. And what is he since? He's back down 50k. So again, not the most progressive rise out of packs for someone like Frankie de Jong, who is generally one of the most popular cards. We can see right here, he had a very, very high spike early on. So again, you could have bought there, and then maybe sold there, but you would have made as much money buying golds, buying icons, buying heroes, buying out packs. Again, they just weren't a crazy investment. We go and look at someone like Ronaldo, and again, let's go look at what his trends were. The cheapest, again, Thursday morning, an hour or two after Division Rivals, who was 1.3 million. Peak he was maybe 1 hour after going out of packs, where he went up 120k, but it's back down there to the 1.3 million. So these are kind of the trends I expected, where promo cards just don't normally do that well out of packs. There were a few exceptions. I mean, we got Marcher, I think, was a little bit of an exception. Got down there to 38, went up there to 45 an hour or two out of packs. Still 45. Again, wouldn't be that confident you'll rise too much longer out of packs. But there were two really good, well-performing players. That was Diego Dalot, who was 200k yesterday. He did actually go up to 220k literally before he even went out of packs. Seems to get panic sold a little bit there. And then he went from 215 before being out of packs up there to 230, and he's back down to 225, 230. So again, the rises weren't really anything too insane. So maybe we were quite right on challenging that these cards are exactly going to bang out of packs. But if you go and grab Div Rivals to now, obviously they've done well. If you grab pre them going out of packs to post them going out of packs, well, they haven't really done too well. The second card that I think was quite interesting was Williamson, who went 25k. In the few hours of going out of packs, she actually went up there to 35k. She's still about 35k now. Now, there's an interesting takeaway for this, and again, one that is that there is no mad hurry to probably go and buy Total Rush Team 2 to rise out of packs, because there were plenty of cards that outperform them. And the second thing I quite like is I quite actually like investing in Dalot and Williamson, and whoever does quite well between now and maybe Sunday, I think could be quite nice investments Thursday morning before Division Rival Awards. Because if they do well between now and Sunday, it shows they've got quite nice demand. I do think these cards can drop Sunday through to Thursday morning, because I think, you know, that's kind of just how the market's been this year. Especially with the Hero SBC, which you'll be getting on Thursday, which we'll cover in tomorrow's video. But yeah, as I say, Dalot, because he's had a good, nice rise now, I think he'll have a nice rise after Division Rival Awards, but I do think he might be able to drop between Sunday to Thursday. Again, the overall trends on these Total Rush Team 1s aren't overly known yet, because again, it is literally the first, you know, it's the first promo where there's been static cards. And on top of that, we also don't actually know what next week's promo is. A little bit talk about how Rush Team 2 are. Yeah, there's loads of interesting players. I mean, it's probably Team 1's probably as good as Team 2. I don't think it's anything too insane. We go and talk about some of the interesting cards. We got Guerrero. He had a max price range of 140k. He's gone up to 160. Yeah, it's a cool card. He can play centre mid. He's got a roll plus in centre mid, but you know, it's one of those ones that kind of throws him out wide if I'm not wrong. Yeah, nearly 80 plus all stats apart from physical. He's got what, tic-tac, a playstyle plus, which is nice. We then have Tamori. Now this is controversial. Tamori was at 750k max price range. Got a price range increase to 1.8 million. Went from 750 down to 600k. So why has he gone down? He's had a price range update. Well, again, half the time when players are extinct is people gambling that they're underpriced. And obviously, you know, if something is underpriced or overpriced is opinions. And sometimes people get their opinions wrong. And yeah, down 150k per card. Has he had much of a rebound since? No, he still seems to be very regressive. So you can see right there. I think he got a price range, I think it was extinct at 750. Had a price range update. Held for, what's that, like 2 to 4 hours. And then, yeah, just crashed. So, yeah, no money made on that card right there. But regarding these cards, again, I don't think I really would want to buy them. If I would want to buy them, I'd buy them 2 hours after Div Rivals and then sell them midday Friday. The only problem is Team 2 going into a new promo probably won't rise as well in the pre-hype. So obviously we've just gone from Rush Team 1 to Rush Team 2. Not much panic selling around Rush Team 2. We're aware of the concept. We know what the players are like. We know what the upgrades are like. But Rush Team 2 going into maybe Team 1 of Dynasties, Team 1 of Trailblazers, you've got a much higher chance of these cards not doing well because there was more likely to be a lot more panic selling. So just be aware regarding it, that. Interesting to see who's the most used cards. Endon Bele might actually be SBC fodder by the end of the week. So yeah, pretty interesting. It's a bit of a weird card. A few cards under 80, but then he's on there with the 92 dribbling. So yeah, crazy upgrade from his base card. But yeah, most used card there. Then we've got Zaire Emery, Guerrero, Lewandowski, I think is quite an interesting one, coming in at 875k, and Salah also being one of the most used. It's very rare that you get these sort of expensive cards being the most used cards, but yeah, we've got Rodriguez. I thought this guy had quite a nice card. Would like to see him to really be able to play CDM, but that might be quite unrealistic to where he plays in real life. So that is Rush Team 2. Let's talk about the current team of the week. Current team of the week is favoured to be the cheapest on Saturday evening, Sunday morning. Now, last week's team week didn't do that well. Saka and Saka I think went up 10k. Lewandowski was very underwhelming. It did like 37 to 43, I think. But I think there could be some nice buys right here. I wouldn't buy these again until probably about 10 PM today through to maybe early hours of tomorrow morning. I think Dumfries can be good. Even Di Lorenzo, I think he could do quite well out of packs. because of the strong links. We've got Dumfries, we've got Draganowski, we've got ourselves Solobasai, and we've got ourselves Trossard. And I believe those are the best ones to go for. Again, here's me just showing Lewandowski. The cheapest time to go and buy these cards was Saturday evening. If not, you got Sunday morning. Another buy time on these cards was actually Sunday evening, Monday morning. So basically, midnight tonight / early morning tomorrow, or midnight tomorrow / early morning on the Monday. And these cards then proceeded to rise going into the Wednesday. But yeah, didn't have the best rebounds in the world on Lewandowski. But that is that. Now, Dunn's card has officially been leaked, meaning it's probably the next SBC, although, of course, who knows, with Routier not coming. The only investments I'd go for Dunn would be Rodman, and then Rodman with a Hunter for 1k more. The reason I'd only go with Rodman is because, she kind of just sorts out a lot of the pre-existing links. So the American men, I'm not that massive fan of, not as big of a fan of, because I do think, well, this Dunn could go and replace them being used. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of that. So I'd say Rodman should be a nice cheap link. Rodman and Rodman with a Hunter. You can either sell them in the pre-hyper 6 PM or sell them post. Just a little talk about how the market is expected to react now. Basically, whatever happened last week should happen this week. So Bellingham, for example, went from 250k and down there to, well, by the Thursday, 210. We expect the same thing this week. We expect him going from 210, probably down to about 170 by the Thursday. So again, the cheapest time on gold card should be Thursday morning, Wednesday evening after the Hero SBC we should get. And then same for promo cards. We should see the exact same as what happened last week. So last week we saw, what did we see? We saw someone like Nesta going 306. It got there to 317 on the Thursday. Dropped there on the on the Tuesday. Dropped there on the Wednesday, I'm sure, because of panic selling. We should see the same thing this week, where he, rises a little bit between Friday, probably through to Thursday, and then we might see a drop Wednesday, so on. So basically, whatever happened last week, we're expecting to see the exact same this week. The only difference there'll be this week is panic selling about what next week's promo is. So again, all I recommend do is look at what Footbin said about the cards last week. Obviously, be aware, did players get replaced by SBCs? Were players out of packs? And so, or were players link investments last week? So be a little bit aware of that. But I don't expect there'll be much difference on the trends of the market this week to last week. And again, then it'll be subjective on what next week's promo is. Depends how they do. So tomorrow's video, I will be covering investing in the Hero SBC. I'm away this evening, which is why I'm going to pre-schedule that video. Should be plenty of investments you can make regarding fodder, what to look out for being panic sold, what we can learn from last week, which should be good. But thank you very much for watching. As I won't be live today, but I will be live on Sunday, probably early afternoon to evening, covering the 6 PM content. But thank you very much for the support on the channel, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.